Bannerlord can be a brutally hard game. Often you're outnumbered and massive armies march against you. Well, in this new series, we're going to work together, friends. What I want you to do is send me your difficult situations that you're either currently encountering in Bannerlord in your campaign, or something that you've dealt with in the past where you're just unable to solve it. I will do my very best to handle these difficult situations. I will share the results on YouTube, provided they have some kind of educational value for people. We will take on these difficult challenges, do some battlefield analysis, and hopefully help you turn around a very, very difficult battle. So join me on this adventure. Please send me your difficult situations. Have a little patience. I don't know how many there are going to be, but I'm willing to take these challenges on for you fellas as we handle your disasters of war. Alright friends, welcome back to the Tactical Enlightenment and our Disasters of War series, where we strive to work with players to solve difficult Bannerlord situations together. Now before we move on to today's episode and instructions on how you too can participate in these episodes, I want to say thank you for this ongoing support and interest in the channel and this new series, Disasters of War. I've caught up to the backlog of requests, but in order to keep from flooding the channel with this series, we're going to release the first 15 episodes as private links to our Patreon supporters. These links should be ad-free so that you can binge watch at your own leisure on our Patreon site for as little as $2 a month as I continue to experiment with this ad-free platform. In addition to these Disasters of War episodes, we have all kinds of exclusive content from the epic Valandian campaign, Shokuho tactical guides covering firearms, and much, much more. Finally, Patreon supporters continue to have priority when it comes to problems, personal questions, and custom character placement in our epic campaigns. Thanks again everyone for your support, and let's get to today's episode and also how you can join in on this new series. This new series, Disasters of War, is basically a combo effort. We are going to work together, and what I mean by that is you are going to provide difficult save games or situations that you want me to analyze and try to solve for you, whether it's part of a campaign or something like that, and I'm going to show you how to do that, right? I have my Windows drive here. It shows my different various drives, and most people should have this little sidebar right here where you have documents and videos and downloads and stuff like that. All you do is you go to this little folder that says documents, and this should be the same for most people, although obviously it depends on what Windows version you're using. For me, I just click this button, documents. It brings it right in here, the Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord folder, and then you go to game saves, right? Now you're going to have to search by date modified. Probably you can actually see these are really old save files. It's amazing to think that I was starting to play and I was probably getting rocked by looters in early January of 2022. But all you do then is take this save file and attach it to an email or however you send an email and send it to the email link that's in the video description. That's it. I'll then review it and see if it's worthy of an episode, and hopefully your name and your solution will be one of our episodes. All right, friends, that's all there is to it. Hopefully I can see your difficult challenges and we'll take a shot. Thanks again for watching, and now we'll get to today's episode. All right, let's see here. Here we go. This is it. This looks like one of the guys from Reddit submitted this, Death Iron Man. It's always interesting. I go in here to the menu, and you got to look around for all these different campaign things. And module mismatch. So which mods is he using? Oh, you know what? It's an Iron Man campaign. I did an Iron Man campaign like 2 or 3 years ago, and I didn't play it very long, maybe a couple hours. And I don't know if these mods are compatible. I bet they're not, right? Or at least some of these mods might break the Iron Man. I know the Iron Man is basically like a very high difficulty, sort of a strict system where you can't adjust things very much. So I think we're gonna have to reload this here. I can't do this guy's Iron Man challenge and then send him back a save game that's broken, right? We're going to have to reload this without all those mods. All right, where's this shit here? Okay, here we go. And okay, it looks good. It doesn't say there's any conflicts, although these modules are new in the game, birth and aging. I think that's a vanilla feature. So I don't think that'll change anything. And we've already tried this once. Let's go ahead and just give this a shot here. We've disabled all our mods. I reloaded the game, reloaded Bannerlord without all the mods that I customarily played with. That means no RTS mod, which is going to suck. And this kind of sucks too. So death, death is cornered here. If only we could corner death so easily, right? And just take out death, not to worry about it anymore. This guy's got an incredibly powerful army, of course, right? You don't go roaming wherever he is roaming with 200 troops, but he has encountered an army, and it says try to get away. So we must fight this, right? So this is actually, I'm kind of stressed. This is an Iron Man campaign. I think I described that already. Maybe we'll put a little bit of the details from Reddit here at some point. He has no companions that are with his army. I don't know if we can do a few upgrades to his setup here. I try not to mess with guys' stuff too much, but this is stressful. I'm trying to think how this works. I don't think we get to fight this battle twice. We typically don't fight him twice for this series anyways, but ordinarily I would essentially do a look through of this battle, but I don't think we can do that, right? Look, it limits you to, okay, so we could change the player difficulty? Well, that is really strange. So you can only have, I think, one save game, but you can lower the player damage. We're not going to do that, right? We're going to fight this on the hardest difficulty for this guy, but I'm definitely way more nervous. I mean, of course, because there's no redos here. I can't even, ordinarily for this series, this Disasters of War series, we do, okay, the enemy's way over that ridge there. You know, we do basically a preview of the battle. You can't do that here because I think it'll just, you know, it'll be wrecked. I won't be able to reload the game. So I also can't see shit. This is very stressful. I don't know what to do here, but we're going to try to win. I didn't even do my intro here. Welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment, friends. Welcome back to our Disasters of War series. We are going to fight this battle in very brutal conditions here. I can't see shit. Hopefully some of this actually makes it over to the YouTube video. I mean, I see it's recording. The little green button is lit. And I'm wondering about that. What happens if my recording cuts off? I guess you guys just don't get to see this. Sometimes that happens, right? I'll have a little glitch with the GeForce Experience recorder. Now, let's talk tactics here. We are going to try to fight this battle intelligently. We're going to have to, right? He's outnumbered 3 or almost 4 to 1. Let's see. I want a distraction cavalry division. Actually, I want 2 wings of cavalry divisions here in a shield wall to sort of hold back the hordes. It looked like it was a mixed army of Valandians. And we're going to kite, of course. We've got horse archers. We've got 32 horse archers. We've got three division archers we're going to make here, and I'm going to put death. Death will be in charge of the 4th division. It's always nice when you have death on his pale horse leading a division. Got 3 other divisions of archers. We're going to have to distract and slow down the enemy. So the cavalry in this situation, a lot of guys charge and do all kinds of stuff. I like to use them basically as decoys. It's not enough cavalry to me to make a big deal in a battle, and cavalry just don't work very well offensively in Bannerlord. So we're going to use them to distract, to wave, you know, a sleight of hand in front of the enemy, to kite, and we're going to try to basically stall the archers and the cavalry. I got to try to destroy the infantry first. There's 175 cavalry on this side, so we're going to start moving cavalry to this side, right? You see there's 2 on the other side. We're going to have to get some of those guys to this right side. Now, this 1st division, I'm just taking off their horses. I just want the enemy to have something sort of to attack, something that they kind of chew on. And I think, you know, if there's a division off their horses, behind their horses, you know, that'll just kind of slow the enemy. We can put them in a shield wall later if they survive this infantry pass. And hopefully we can slow down these crossbow. Now, I'm also up here trying to menace the crossbow because I wanted that to happen. They kind of pulled back a little bit. It's very important that we destroy this army in what's called in detail, right? That's a term they would use oftentimes in old warfare. If you had 2 or 3 forces you had to fight, you would fight them one at a time, right? You wouldn't fight them all at the same time. And in Bannerlord, you can sort of manipulate that by running your troops around in different ways, menacing one unit and then making a feint pullback. It's a feint attack and then a pullback. And it looks like it's working here a little bit. Some of their crossbow moved back there a little bit. We're going to start the kiting process. This is going to give us range. Now, I can't see shit. I actually have sun. There's sun filtering through the window of my study here. This sucks. I don't know if you guys can see the little green arrows. I can just barely see them. The only way I can actually tell what I'm doing here is just hundreds of hours of experience. Well, let's be honest, thousands of hours. Let's see if we can use our sword here. No, I can't hit shit. And you can't redo the battle here, so let's focus a little bit more here. All right, I got this 2nd Division of Cavalry. There's 24 guys here. We're going to use them as a screen as we continue to pull back here. The 1st Division is infantry now. I'm basically just putting that guy out in front of their cavalry. Hopefully it delays the enemy just a little bit here. Man, this shit's stressful. I've never done an Iron Man campaign to a deep stage, and this guy obviously is in a bad spot. Let's start pulling back units here. The further away we can get from their archers, the better. Now that cavalry is going to get trucked. 175 cavalry attacking it. Fuck. Let's get this 6th and 7th Division moved back. That's horse archers. I could probably engage with them at some point, right? We could just have them start to circle on their own. But for right now, I want them kiting with the rest of us. 4th, 5th, and 6th. We got to get these guys some shooting room. And then we're going to try to get one of these divisions, probably the 4th, based on where they are, behind the enemy. Now, so far, so good on my health here, but there's no RTS mod. I think if I get dropped here, I just, I want to say the battle's over, right? All your units will just be under control of the AI. And you know the AI can't win this battle. So there's that stressor as well. Man, you guys playing Iron Man, you guys are all going to be dead by 50 because of all the extra stress. No saves coming for you guys. Now, he's got decent skills here, skill set. I wish he had a glaive, but at least he could protect himself. Sword and shield. I suppose you do that more in Iron Man mode, right? Because you got to survive. If he gets knocked off his horse here, in fact, this is a bad decision. Fuck. I just fucked this. Get out of here. Man, I was lucky to get out of there. One guy hit me once and it did like 3/4 of my health. We've got them peeling back. The 4th is in beautiful position. Look at they're pursuing right into the teeth of the 4th Division. These guys just have them dialed in over here. So we've got a great kill box on their infantry, and we have stalled their cavalry and archers. Look at their crossbows 200 units away. Let's go, boys. We got to peel back here. We can win this shit. We got horse archers behind them now. Don't come back. No. Keep chasing that 5th Division. I got a fraction of health already. I got a fucking Banner Knight chasing me around. Fuck off, man. I'm trying to kill your army here. Do you mind, dude? I'm busy killing your troops. They're a little pathetic garrison here trying to stop me. Now, we've shredded their infantry. They are getting completely torched. Our archers are at perfect distancing, and they are in the proverbial fishbowl. Nobody can survive the situation they are in. Now we just got to deal with that cavalry. That cavalry is going to be a problem. Let's kill these infantry quick here. Charge and hold fire. Right, this insta-kills all these guys. Right, these fiend champs come up with they're all bellowing. Yeah! And every single guy dies. That'll save a little ammo too. We've got just a little bit of cavalry distraction here. 7, 6. It's dropping by the 2nd. But we've got most of our archers intact. I'm feeling pretty good about the situation. Now, they got a lot of cavalry. That's a problem. We're going to use these horsemen, however many are left here, to sort of slow down the enemy. I've got a little bit of a ridge there we might be able to get over for their crossbow. We're going to have to use a peekaboo ridge. This is really a 3-staged battle here. And man, if the screen feels shaky, my hands are shaking. I'm nervous, man. This guy's, he's entrusted us with this save game. I don't want to lose. Although I guess he just, he cannot take our save game. Presumably this guy couldn't get through this situation, right? And so he sent it to us, or maybe he did and wanted to see if we can as well. He didn't specify. Obviously a situation that we would love to help out one of you fellas. So this is good. They surrounded that cavalry division. That's why they're in a big glob there. Now there's a bunch just rampaging about. I don't have an answer to this other than just heavy blows. We can do just a little bit of compacting here towards the center, but I don't really want to move our units much. They're getting speared, they're getting stabbed. We just got to hope that enough of these guys shoot and we can wear their cavalry out. They did kill our cavalry, but we've really battered their cavalry too. All right, let's start peeling back all the way over this ridge. There's like 200 crossbows moving up, so we could set up horse archers here and a nice, beautiful defensive line, and then pull over that ridge. What I'm actually going to do here is dismount our horse archers so that the horses provide a barrier for the enemy. Meanwhile, it's a classic peekaboo ridge. And I'm looking at the power bar here. I don't know what I'll do here in the after editing. In fact, I just won't mention it. Fuck it. Doesn't really matter for this challenge series. We're looking pretty good here, right? We've definitely narrowed the margin. of how badly we are outnumbered here. Just get these guys set up over here. No, no, no. Shit. My horse is fucking airborne. Ah, fuck me, man. Well, even gravity kills death. Man, I wonder if I just fucked this. They're in a pretty good position, but I was definitely trying to get them further down that ridge. They're like half in a peekaboo ridge. They're protected from about 2/3 of the crossbow, but these guys that just stood still as soon as my character died are getting lit up. Damn it. We were trying to get over that ridge. Come on, boys, win this fucking battle. Win it for your dead commander. Sweet. Yeah, they did. Even though gravity kills death. Gravity kills everything, man. Careful with gravity. As a firefighter, I can... Yeah. Anyways. Man, that was short and sweet and exhilarating, right? Death. I mean, I guess your character could have been killed. No, he's just injured. So, we move on here. A heap of renown, victory, and death. Man, I've never been a fan of death, but, today we are. We're very friendly with death, when they ask... for help from the channel, right? That's how friendly our channel is. We're willing to help any of you fellas, even the Grim Reaper himself. So we'll take all these scum Valandian prisoners. This is gonna be sweet. We're gonna be able to send this guy saved back to him through a very difficult challenge here. We're releasing all these Batanian nobles, and oh man, you no longer have a troop problem there, Death. Death just got lots of reinforcements, right? This is like the COVID and all the other things that Death seeks to help it in the game of destroying life. We're going to take all of these troops, and I think instead of overloading your prisoners here, we'll just handpick some guys here while I wrap up this episode. I try to get like a couple each of troops that I would put in my army. You of course can tinker with it. Hopefully he's not going to be mad that I released these 450 prisoners out into the wilderness, but at least we got through that battle for you, bud. He didn't give me his name. I think he used, well, we'll see. I'll probably put the Reddit post and just kind of black it out, and I might ask the fella, if he wants his name on these channels. And that's a reminder to you fellas, right? If you have a challenge that's difficult, even an Iron Man challenge, right? I'm willing to take it on, although understand we could still lose, right? I'm a experienced Bannerlord player, but especially without mods, right? That's a good kryptonite for someone like me. It makes things much harder. I could barely see there, and hopefully you guys can see what we did there, because that was very, very dim lighting. It almost seemed like without mods, the whole battle was much harder. And what is this? Oh, we're getting, yeah, you're getting achievements and stuff like that. So that's a good sign, right? That worked, that we didn't corrupt his save. We're going to be able to save Death here. People everywhere are like, no, man, you had your chance to kill Death forever. Have Death get captured, and instead you saved him. All right. Well, we're going to get this guy's save game back to him. Of course, if you want to write in, right? Use the email. In fact, I might even attach at the beginning of this video, the way that you guys can get your save games to me. Of course, you want to subscribe. If you want to see more from our Disasters of War series, please leave any comments, requests, complaints. Hit that like button on the way out. And with all that said, friends and Death, I will see you fellas next time.